Hey guys, Scripted here with another video. I found a couple more very, very funny and also cringy clips from the Star Wars Celebration, which was cut short compared to normal and was just full of... It was just very strange. And I don't know if it was like the actors and people just like trying to be different and cool, thinking like that's like what the Japanese are going to be into, but it was weird. Like full segments, like if you want to see some of this stuff, watch my last video, the Star Wars Cringe Fest, Celebration Cringe Fest. Like literally spending like exorbitant amount of time standing there in the crowd watching a giant, I don't even know what it is, it's from that Young Jedi show, whatever, guy in a bear suit dancing around to some crappy beat for literally like 10 minutes. And the thing that's funny about that is you look in the crowd of these events, there's no kids. I've been saying this for ever. I have videos showing you, like, Google Galaxy's Edge and sift through the pictures and see how many kids you see. Most of the kids you see are in strollers, so they had no choice. Their parents took them there. And then you'll see the odd kid, like 10-year-old, 12-year-old, but it's very few and far between. It's hardly any. And at Celebration, I'm watching these videos and all this cringe stuff going on, and it's all adults. All adults. There's no children anywhere. It's brutal. Anyways, I wanted to just finish with a couple things. So first of all, and I know it's just an art piece, but I was never into Star Wars Visions. I couldn't get over just how weird it was. And it was like, for me, it's not enough just to have like lightsabers and stuff. That's not all Star Wars is. So when you're doing these really weird cartoons that are just like totally off base for Star Wars, but they have lightsabers and stuff, it's like, no, it's cringy. Anyway, so check out, so we remember the lightsaber the guy had in Visions Season 1, that weird one? Check this out. This is so stupid. Like, in all honesty, like, who would even think of something so dumb? Like, even if you're just doing this side art piece that's non-canon and is just there for fun, who thinks of something so stupid? Only someone who is not a fan of Star Wars would think of something that dumb. And then it like sticks out all the little lightsabers on these flimsy looking like little metal pieces, and this giant guy can't somehow swing through that or cut one of those little metal... It's just, there's no way the person who made that has ever considered Star Wars. I'm sorry, like, call me a jerk or whatever. I know people are into their Visions thing, but that's super cringe. And then check this out. This is awesome. So Manny Jacinto had a pretty cringy interview. It wasn't his fault. He didn't do anything wrong, but they made him put on a replica of his helmet from the Acolyte. Like, they gifted him a replica helmet, and he was all like, thanks, yay. Like, he was like, you guys realize I have the one from the set, right? I was that character. You guys realize that, right? Like they probably made like 30 of them. He probably has one of the actual ones from the actual show. So he's just like, yay, thanks for the helmet. But then check this out. After his interview was done, there was some people chanting about having another season of The Acolyte. It felt like they turned up the music as they realized hardly anyone was chanting. Like, if you look at the pan of the crowd, no one was chanting. Like, you don't see anyone's mouth moving. So there must have been, like, a handful of people somewhere in there that were chanting Season 2. And everyone else was just there. Because, dude, no one's moving their mouth. Look at the clip. No one's moving their mouth. Everyone's just standing there. Oh, I can't believe people pay. Do people pay for that, right? To go to Celebration? Like, who, like, what? You're paying to stand around watching this stuff? Really? That's crazy to me. Call me a jerk or whatever, but to me, standing around, going through, and then they did that lightsaber thing where the guy was like telling them how to like, oh, it was just cringy. And then all the people running in with the prison uniforms on, like, people pay to go to this. To stand around watching a giant stuffed bear or whatever, guy in a bear suit dancing around like an idiot. It's awful. I can't believe people pay to go there. And there was a lot of Americans there. They flew there. What does a flight to Japan cost? And the hotel. And the admission fee. What is wrong with people? Who would do this? For Disney Star Wars. Anyway, it's just funny. Nobody wants Acolyte Season 2. It's hilarious how few people were chanting. I just thought that was funny. And then finally, there's this clip here from Andor Season 2 that was released, I believe, by Screen Rant. They were given this clip. I'll throw it on here. I don't know. It's a nothing burger to me, but whatever.
No notes. No records. None of you were here. Nobody puts this in their calendar.
This is one of my issues with some of the monologuing in Andor. Like, you said the same thing 4 different ways, bro. You could have just said it once. You could have just said nobody's supposed to talk. You didn't have to go through, like, 4 different analogies. And again, that's where it just feels like they're dragging it on to drag it on. Anyway, that's just my opinion. I know people love Andor, but...
All service and transport droids will be data wiped once we're done. Your colleagues, superiors, if they're not in this room, they're not cleared for the project. Colonel Yularen, Governor Tarkin, all senior commanders will be notified by the Emperor at the time of his choosing.
It's a weird scene to me. I mean, I don't know the context, so I don't want to judge it too hard, but why is this like mishmash of different officers from different places all being mishmashed together to do some sort of secretive thing? Wouldn't that be a little bit risky? Like, you've got different people from different organizations within the Empire. It's a little weird to me. Like, if you were trying to do this super secretive thing, like, they've got people with high rankings, no rankings, low rankings, mid rankings, randos, and you're trying to do this super secretive thing, whatever it is, but they're all, like, part of different organizations and stuff. Wouldn't it be kind of risky doing that? Wouldn't you want, like, a group of guys that are, like, meant for this stealth command situation? Because once it's done, they're all going to get sent back to their different agencies. So it's like, I don't know, that seems weird. Is he talking about the Death Star? I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. I'm Death Starred out, guys. I'm Death Starred out. I really am.
The group in this room is, of this moment, the tightest of closed circles. Any security violation will be brought to the Emperor's personal attention.
Okay, whatever. Of all the clips to release, it's that one. Like, I don't know. It's weird, man. The way they market stuff, Disney markets stuff, super weird. Remember the first trailer for Andor with the stupid music? And then they had to come up with 2 other ones with regular music because everyone was like, what are you doing? The marketing's just been really weird. And then they had that weird trailer with the music and then like a picture of Andor like that looked like a Renaissance painting. I'm like, terrible 80s, early 90s rock pop song with Renaissance painting. How does that add up? I don't know, but okay. It's been weird. So then they released this. It's like, what? So, like, it's just going to be another scene with a drawn-out monologue that extends the show into a longer show. That's one of my criticisms of Andor. But Andor predictions. Andor's going to survive through this season, guys. I'm pretty sure. They're going to have success and organize and eventually have a full-blown outpost on Yavin. I think that's going to happen. They're going to... Mon Mothma's going to survive. And then for me, those are obviously... I'm being facetious because it's a little silly. Like, we know... Watch the original trilogy. That's all you have to do. But I do think that Vader's going to be in this very briefly, but I do. I could... people don't think he is, but I do think he is. I don't think Bail Organa is going to be in this. He might be, but I have a feeling they didn't put him in this, which is super stupid. All of the old encyclopedias, books, everything that you read after the original trilogy, he is literally the guy. And then George put him in, fairly heavily into the prequels as well. And then, of course, those deleted scenes from Revenge of the Sith where he's very prominent in spearheading the beginning of this whole thing. So if he's in it, I'd be surprised because it's Disney. And they seem to do very, very strange, weird, stupid decision-making, which doesn't make sense. So I'm going to guess he's not in it. I'm also going to guess Tarkin obviously will be in this. I'm 95% sure they're going to have Tarkin in this. Although they got sued. Because here's the thing. Or they're going to change the Massacre of Gorman because in that story... Tarkin lands his ship on a whole pile of people. So he's in that scene. I guess they're going to change it because, I don't know, they're getting sued by by the family of the actor. I can't remember his name. They didn't technically have the right to his likeness, apparently. I think they did sue. I think they won. I could be wrong. I don't know. Maybe they have the right to it now, because remember in Rogue One they did the deep fake of him. Anyways, guys, it's hard to get excited. You know, between Celebration and how absolutely awful and cringy it was. Just cringe after cringe. Pedro Pascal looking like an idiot. They're bringing Grogu, they're bringing a puppet on stage and like acting like it's a real baby and cooing and tickling it and just weird. They do all that stupid, weird stuff. Like it's literally, Star Wars Celebration was for 5-year-olds and Andor's supposed to be for adults. Do you see how the whole thing, the way they've been marketing Star Wars since Disney took over is so weird and topsy-turvy and makes no sense?
He's a baby. He's a baby, yum yum.
I just don't get it. Like how do people get excited and get into something when it's so all over the place? And the shows have been all over the place. The plot line's been all over the place. The movies have been all over the place. Their plot lines have been all over the place. All of it is such a mishmash of a muddy mess. That's what it is. So it's hard to get excited. Obviously, I'm going to watch the show. I'm going to review it, so tune in for those reviews. I'm going to do one for every episode, just like I always do with these shows. And I'm just going to tell you what I think. I'm not going to beat around any bushes. But you have to admit, this whole sequence of events with Disney for especially the last probably 5 years, 6 years, really since after Rise of Skywalker, has been really stupid. It's been really, really stupid. I mean, it was stupid then, don't get me wrong, but it has gone into la la land in terms of stupidity. Let me know in the comment section what you think. If you like this content, please like, subscribe, always helps the channel. Feel free to check anything else on my channel. Have yourselves a very good day.